Here we are.
We are live. Yay, we are live. Hello, everybody. How's it going? We're going to have a short little broadcast this week. This one's not going to take that long. And as usual, I'm going to turn it over to Justine because she does such a good job. So, Justine, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, I talk a lot here because like I'm kind of like never go outside and never have any other human interaction um for the most part. Anyway, guys, yeah, we're gonna do just a quick update here. I'm gonna start with kind of the news that I consider to be more on the negative side. Um and then we'll talk about some other cool things and some things that I just uploaded on my channel as well. The negative side is Cash Video is having payout problems. Um, they were fine. The first half of April was great, and I still received my payouts as promised. But something happened a couple of weeks ago. Actually, technically, we'll just go with dates. On April 22nd, essentially, the payout request that I did was marked as paid, and it was never sent. So I contacted the admin, just kind of like letting them know because, like, it really wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that much money. But I just was like, hey, by the way, you marked this as paid. It never actually came into my account. You might want to, look into this. And I've heard from a couple of other people that they're having payout issues as well. And I didn't hear anything back from him. I waited a full week or a little over a week, and then I contacted him again. This time being a little bit polite but aggressive, being just like, what's going on? If there's any issues that you're aware of, let me know so that I can tell my subscribers and I can let other people know if there's any problems with, with payouts for whatever reason. Because if there is, it's no big deal. Just communicate these things with us. Let me know. And I still haven't received a response. So after, waiting a couple of weeks and then marking a payout as paid when it wasn't, and no response from the admin, I'm my personal opinion and my personal advice for people is to stop using your resources on that website for now. If anything changes, then, obviously I'll let you know, but I don't want you guys to be wasting your time on something if it's no longer paying out. And this is weird because, like, they've always paid out as promised. I've never had any issues with them before. And I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt as much as possible. But if they're not willing to even communicate and let me know what's going on, then that's too much of a red flag for me to really be supporting them at this time. I'm not going to outright say that it's a scam just yet or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know that this is what's happening, so that that might affect, what ways that you're making money online. Now, there are other alternatives. There are other ways to make money by watching videos. There's other websites that use the same video platform, AdSide Media, aka Engage Me TV or S'mores TV or whatever. They have a few different TV sort of channels under their belt. There are other websites that will allow you to get paid and that are functioning properly right now. So if you like that, if you like the way that those work, then I would suggest that you switch to another website. I do have there's a website called Earnably, which, when I upload this on my channel, I'll put the link below, and it's basically the same kind of thing. And also for people that are in Swagbucks, if you like just kind of letting videos autoplay, you can join Swagbucks. You can do it on the computer. You can watch just let the videos play on your computer. You can also download the Swagbox app, and they have a lot of different apps. So they have, I don't even know how many apps they have. I think they have like 6 or 8 or something ridiculous like that. So if you like earning a little bit of extra passively watching videos, that could be another potential option for you. Swagbox, you can make money with doing all kinds of different things. So that would be an alternative that I would suggest to people. If you are in Cash Video, I would pause any efforts in that one and go on to something else for now until we hear anything. Until we hear any news. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a response back, and the person will be like, "Hey, there's an illness in the family or something." Because I think it's only one person that's running that website, or at least it was a couple of months ago. So, like I said, I am trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but On the other hand, I don't want people to be wasting their time on something that's not going to be paying out or is not paying out as promised. So that's my little that's the on the negative side of things. Um, so now we can transition into more positive sides of things. And for those of you that a lot of we have a lot of subscribers that are on both of our channels, Donald's channel and mine as well. For those of you that are a subscriber on my channel, I recently put out 2 videos on how to start phone farming for $0. So if you haven't already, check those out. Because I think they're actually really, I think it's really good information to help you guys get started. This is something that is really, I think it's really great. It's really awesome. And it's really a really good way to earn pretty passive income on a regular basis. I'm not going to get into all of that because it's the 2 videos combined are like a half an hour. So I'm not going to talk about it too much on this particular hangout. But in essence, I'm just showing you guys how to pick some free applications that are free that will run on your phone and you can cash out. One of the apps that I am going to just mention really quickly is called U Rewards. Now, for those of you, I don't know if Donald may sign up later or whatever, but there's a special promotion code, and I can include it in the link on my video. And if you use that promotion code, not only are you linked as my referral, but you also get an extra, I think it's like 10 cents or something, just for signing up for it. And it basically, what it does is it auto plays videos on your phone for you. You can have unlimited devices. So if you're into phone farming, or if you have a couple of older phones that aren't doing anything and you want to hook them up to this, it's pretty good. They pay out a minimum of, the payout is $1. You can get paid out through either PayPal or Amazon gift cards. And I've already tested them out. They pay you usually within like 2 days of requesting payout. I've already received 2 payouts and I just requested my third. There's one thing that I do want to mention really quickly here, is that if you are in the application and you go to cash out with PayPal, you'll get this message that pops up that says something like, it may take up to 2 weeks to get your payout. I think they kept that. I think they've just kept that. Like they had that a few months ago or something, because it's not taking that long. Like I said, it's only taking about 2 days for me to receive my PayPal payments that I've gotten from them. And they also pay through MassPay, which basically means that they're paying the PayPal fees, so you don't pay anything to receive the funds. So if you're cashing out at smaller amounts, you're not going to lose it all to the PayPal receiving fees because they're already paid for you through the MassPay. So that's another thing that is kind of cool. I really like this one. It's it's really simple, and it works on older phones. I've tested it with Android KitKat, which is 4.4, which is pretty old at this point. And I tested it on my old, really bad phone. I almost said a naughty word. Sorry, guys. And it runs okay. I have to maybe restart it maybe once every 24 hours. And it runs better on newer phones as well. So I definitely would recommend that you guys check that one out as just a little starter, or you can just watch my 2 videos on my channel to get that information and get more information too. Like that's not the only thing that I talk about there. So probably want to check those out. Donald and I both really try to give you guys the earning opportunities that are relatively simple and preferably free or very low cost. And this is just another way to earn for people. It's different. It's different than some of the other things that we talk about. Where you don't have to be referring other people and things of that nature. Obviously, if you like referring and if that's something that you want to do, you do. Most of these apps will pay you referral commissions. It's usually like 5 to 10%, or it's a one-time bonus or something like that. But it's not anything where you have to be constantly recruiting or advertising. You just basically let the software run on your phones and you collect the money, which that's pretty cool for me. Like I think that's pretty it's definitely something that I'm really enjoying. Donald, do you have anything that you would like to ask me to clarify, or any questions or anything like that?
No, I don't have any questions. Matter of fact, shortly after this hangout, I think I'm gonna have to go back and watch your videos. You hadn't talked to me yet about what is it, U Reward, so I'm gonna have to go check that one out since I got that little computer hiccup happening with Cash Magnet. Maybe U Rewards might be another option for me.
Yeah, yeah, and I really like it because it runs on crappy phones. No offense, um, which is great because it's, especially when you're just starting. Like most people don't have good phones that they can just run these applications on. So to find something that runs well on older devices is just it's really great. And obviously it's obviously smoother on my better quality phones. But if you have an older phone, that's and my videos. I show you how to start with nothing, and they also give you tips on how to find phones for like $10. One of the examples, and this is a realistic example in those videos, is making $15 a month per device is decent. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's a very average and very reasonable number. If you're only spending $10 one time for a phone, and you're going to make $15 a month for it, then that's huge profit. Like you're already in profit in less than a month. And the videos also, show you how you can turn that into more phones and more money and things like that's what phone farming is. Phone farming is basically having a bunch of phones that are running applications that are paying you. Um, that's the very the essence of it. And if you can get cheap devices, then it's definitely worth it, and you can earn that for free even if you don't have a phone. A smart You pretty much need Android for most of these apps, just because they don't make them for Apple. So even if you don't have Androids, you can earn for free on various websites and just use that to to get you started. So that would be, you guys are interested in checking those videos out, please feel free. What else should I talk? Hi, Cindy. Cindy has popped in. Oh, she's grocery shopping. Lucky you, Cindy. Can you pick me up some beer? Because that would be great. Yeah, happy Star Wars Day to all of you guys that are into Star Wars. May the 4th. May the
Me with
4th be
you.
with you. Yeah, yeah. Greg's really into Star Wars, so we're gonna have a little mini Star Wars marathon here at the house,
Oh,
later on.
is there such thing as a mini Star Wars marathon? I mean, they've got, I don't know, let's see, the 8 saga sequels, and now they've got, Rogue One, and later on this month they got the Solo movie coming out. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. There's definitely a lot of material. We're gonna watch the original. And I've actually only seen the original trilogy of Star Wars completely like once in my entire life, just because that's just the way it's been. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the first Star Wars movie ever, like the one from like 1978, and then we're going to watch Rogue One because I guess that has to do with continuity of the story.
actually,
Greg's really interested in it.
if you're gonna do that, tell, especially if Greg's already seen the movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet. You might want to watch Rogue One before you watch the original, because I
Because
mean,
it's like a
because
prequel. Yeah.
it's the prequel, and I mean literally. Spoiler alert for anyone who might not have seen Rogue One. I mean, it's only been out forever, but you can literally take the last scene from Rogue One, remove the credits, and then take the original Star Wars, remove the opening crawl, and those they don't have credits at the beginning of a Star Wars movie, and literally merge the two together, and it's like the story just continues. There is no real break. I mean, where Star Wars the original starts is literally like 5 minutes in movie time, where Rogue One ends. So you
Hmm.
might want to watch it that way. Just throw that suggestion out there to him.
Oh, that's cool. That actually sounds really neat. That sounds like
Yeah,
a neat way to do it.
yeah.
Um, Good advice. Yeah. So for all you Star
Mhm.
Wars fans out there, and you can right now for people on Netflix, you can watch Rogue One for free. You can stream
Yep.
it for free on Netflix if you don't have it. So that is definitely a good Star Wars Star Wars thing. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a fun thing to do tonight.
Have you seen Rogue One yet?
Um, No, not completely. I started watching it at a friend's house, and like, there's some CGI that just really creeped me out because they had to replace some actors that had passed away, and like, since I really am not too familiar with Star Wars, I just kept thinking that that admiral guy was a zombie, and it was
Oh,
just because of the way that they had to do the CG for to complete it. It was a little weird. So I haven't seen it completely.
okay.
Um,
Well, I don't want to spoil it, but you have to watch it. Even, forget the first half. Just watch the last 5 minutes. That's like
mm.
the best part of the movie, anyway.
Okay, that sounds like good advice.
You'll see why when you see it. But
Hmm.
you don't have to worry about the rest of the movie. Okay, yeah, the rebels, I get the plans, blah 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 blah. Life happens, and then watch the last 5 minutes. That's it.
Okay.
That's all that matters. All
Cool.
right. All right. So we go from earning money online to Star Wars. What a way to go.
Hey, it's kind of like whatever pops up at the moment. Cindy, I'm just gonna do a really quick recap because you were grocery shopping, so you missed the first half. I know you can rewatch this if you want to, but there's really no need. Um, there's an issue. There's an issue. There's a issue with Cash Video. They're not doing their payouts as they're supposed to right now. I kind of got into it a little bit at the beginning of this, so just an FYI, because I know that you're in that one. Um, I would use another website that uses Engage Me TV if you still want to do that. I would just kind of pause Cash Video right now because they're having payout issues and they're not communicating. So that's just a little FYI for you. Um, Other than that, is there anything else that we should be yapping about?
Actually, we should just remind everybody here. In a few weeks' time, we haven't actually set the date yet, but we are going to do our migration from Coinpressions 2 to Coinpressions 1. I hope y'all are still out there advertising. I know I am. Also, quick and easy money. Keep advertising the faucets. I got this morning. I can, how they every time someone does a transaction, you get one of those little coin pot coins. I converted all mine this morning when I got up like around 8 o'clock, and then just before we went live, I was talking to Justine. I went online and checked mine. I had 100 and some odd coins. So that means in the 3 hour period, 3 or 4 hour period, I had 100 and some odd little referral commissions, and those little micro bitcoins and micro dash coins and micro litecoins, they make a difference over time.
Yeah, and it's free. It's free and it's easy. And for those of you that aren't connected to a computer all the time, you can use your mobile browser and collect from the faucets. I have a couple of faucets set up on my mobile browser so that if I'm like sitting around or if I'm like, playing my video games or watching TV or during commercials or something, I just whip out my phone, claim from the faucets, and you don't actually have to be sitting at the computer. Now, do not download any applications from any of these faucets, guys. There are some available in the App Store, but they are fake. They are not official applications from the companies themselves. So please do not download those because you're giving your information, you're giving your password and your username and your password to God knows who. Um, some of these apps, they could be made in good faith. They could be just from users that created the applications for themselves and they're releasing them and they're not doing anything with your data. But these are not official apps. I know that there's one for bonus Bitcoin. I know there's one for free Bitcoin. I know that there's one for some of the moon faucets. Basically, if the website doesn't advertise that they have an application for their website, then don't use don't go onto the stores and find the applications, because even if they work and they're working fine for you one day, not only will could somebody potentially clean out your account, but they'll also have access to your username and password. And no matter how many times we advise people never to use the same username and password combination, a lot of people do that, so they could have access to God knows how many other websites that you happen to be on. So just please be, while we're talking about that, please be careful with that. However, you can use your mobile browsers and log into the sites just like you would on the computer. And I find that it's working perfectly fine on, doing that on Android, and it probably works, decently enough on, iOS as well. So that's something that I would recommend that you do if you want to if you want to be able to claim while you're either on the go, or you're just like me, just too lazy to get up and go to the computer sometimes, but still want to claim, because those little claims, they add up. They really do.
Well, then I must be really lazy because I don't even claim. I just sit there and get all the referral commissions. I mean, there's like, I think I got 300 something in bonus in Bitfund. I think I got 300 something referrals there. I don't know how many referrals in the other ones, but it just keeps adding up.
Yeah, it really does. And for those of you, especially for those of you that want to get into the coin pressions one, or either one of them, or anything that you might need cryptocurrency for, I highly suggest that you claim from your phone if getting to a computer is problematic for you, or whatever, or not necessarily problematic, but just not something that you feel like doing, because every little bit adds up. And I make decently from my referral commissions as well, but I do try to claim at least once a day to keep those daily bonuses. You can earn up to 100% daily bonuses on the moon sites if you log in and you claim once a day. So, me taking 2 seconds on my flipping my phone out and claiming, that's good enough for me. Okay, I don't know what else we can talk about. I think I covered everything that I wanted to.
I think you did.
I'm pretty sure I have.
I think you have. Go ahead and check your notes. We'll give you a minute to check your notes. But yeah, just guys, keep promoting the team build. Keep promoting your faucets. Check out everything that Justine has mentioned. Matter of fact, like I said, I think since I'm having a few technical issues with Cash Magnet, I'm gonna check out that U-Reward site. I got a tablet that just sits there and does nothing, so I can run it on my tablet.
Yeah, and U-Rewards is pretty good in terms of actual data consumption, and I mean like data that your phone stores. Because like I said, I'm running it on a really crappy older phone, and it doesn't collect too much data. Like, I'll probably only have to do a data dump maybe once every week or two. And for an old phone, that's really good. Running any other apps on this particular phone, I have to do a data dump every day because it's just so old. And this is not my primary phone. This is just one of the phones that I'm using to make an income with. So it doesn't suck up a lot of it doesn't store a lot of the data, and the data on Androids is stored on your memory. You have two different kinds of storage. You have you have your memory, you have your internal ROM, and then you can have an SD card. But unfortunately, the data part is only stored on your memory. So if you don't have a lot of memory, then you're going to run into problems where you have to constantly do data dumps. And I mean, it's part of maintenance, especially if you're doing like phone farming or something, but I prefer to not do that every day if I can. And U-Rewards runs pretty smoothly, and it doesn't take up too much. I think it was like, after running it for 3 days, it was something like less than 40 megabytes. So of actual data stored on the phone. So that would be, I guess that's a good place to end. We're still here doing our thing, and my channel's a bit diversifying, especially with the phone farming thing. That's like super fun, guys. It's like I'm having so much fun with that, and I'm learning so much, and it's just it's ideal for me because it's very hands off. Just letting apps run all the time and just collecting the funds. And just in case anybody didn't hear at the beginning, U-Rewards, and there's a few other apps in that category, they have unlimited devices. So you're not limited to just 3 devices or 5 devices, or you can have like hundreds of devices running that at the same time, and they don't ban you for that. So that's definitely something that is that's good to know moving forward. Other than that, I think we're good. Anything else you want to say?
Nope, I think we pretty much covered everything we wanted to cover.
Okay, thank you guys so much for tuning in and for all the support. on, both of our channels and the groups and things like that. We really, really appreciate it. And, it's really great to be able to, to learn with you and to grow with you guys and to help you guys out when we can. It's great. You guys make this fun, and you make it worthwhile. So thank you very much for, even for people that just tune in and don't necessarily interact. Thank you all. Thank everyone for, watching and supporting us. It's we appreciate it a lot.
Yes, we do. And one more quick thing. This is specifically for you, Cindy. I know you posted on one of the Facebook groups. You wanted a little heads up. Sometimes we can't give heads up because sometimes we don't know what our schedules are, but we did check our schedule. Looks like next week's hangout will also be taking place Friday afternoon. So look for us Friday afternoon, somewhere between noon and 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and and he's right. Like sometimes we don't even know until like that day. We're like, oh, you want to do a hangout? Okay, cool. It's just because it's scheduling is really difficult sometimes with different people from different areas of we're not Donald and I aren't in the same state or anything like that, and we do totally different things on our off time. So it is a little difficult to schedule things regularly, but it is what it is. It's life.
And
So
my job just has me work odd hours. Sometimes I go to work 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'm coming back from work 2 o'clock in the morning. So I have to look ahead of time as well. And I know when I go into work. Unfortunately, my schedule never tells me what time I get off work because I can't leave work until we get that particular job done. So I can go to work and it could be a 2 hour day, or I can go to work and it could be a 12 hour day. So right now we are shooting for next Friday afternoon. And I think that should pretty much cover everything.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Bye.